Hello, madam.
Hello.
How are you?
I am hot.
You are hot.
Kurt Cunningham, producer Kurt Cunningham is here today.
Yes, he is. Former producer.
Yeah, I don't know how Jay became a producer. I thought he was an associate producer, and then he became a producer. All these titles that all of these people get, I only find out when I'm watching the credits from the show. I'm like, oh, really? When did that happen?
Leo, Joey,
like,
Nicholas.
And how did their names all get before mine? I don't know.
The one I haven't added is your mom's yet. I should probably do that.
Oh, she's not on there?
No, I don't think she's on there.
Oh, she's going to be pissed.
Yes.
Look at that lovely photo.
That is a lovely photo from the Nickies.
This photo, which we should put on the thing. It's
okay.
So cute. Because it shows Jay Turner and all of his teeth.
And he's standing next to someone very tall, John Brooks, Gouda.
Yes. Well, it was a lovely time.
Gouda. Yeah, we did have a good time.
And that's Mike Paganelli.
Mike Paganelli, and I don't know who that was.
That's his boyfriend.
Oh, I didn't realize he had a boyfriend.
Yes, he does.
That's awesome.
No, it's very good.
Well, I'm glad to have you here this week at Urban Moapos Bar and Grill. Because remember when we ended the show last week?
I was supposed to go to Big Brother.
That's right.
I know, but my grandmother died on Monday.
I'm very, very sorry to hear that.
I had to stay home.
As she's giggling.
Well, I know.
Well, yes, I know. We were trying to figure out hospice, and then I guess we didn't need it.
Well, we did. But can I just tell you some things about just that have been crazy? Is she had a stroke 17 years ago, so she's been in care home for that long, and then she got dementia, and so really it's been a good 5 years since she's been. Since she's known really who anybody is.
Okay, coherent and knows that you're Ricky.
Right, that knows who anybody is. Okay. And she just doesn't have a clue. And near the end, she didn't even know the caregivers, when they were changing shifts, when they came back, they were introduced all over again. So, she had a very difficult time, and that's ultimately. So, I think that, her passing is a blessing, she can really, be free and all of that stuff. So that although it is still sad, but what is more sad is Social Security.
Well, praise, sing it.
They emailed, because my mom and dad, they emailed my mom and dad, and they're like, we got the death certificate, and since she didn't die, she passed away within 3/4 of the month. Therefore, we need her Social Security check back. And so they debited the money back out of her account.
Oh God! Only the U.S. government, right?
For real. Because she didn't live long enough in the month. They took the money back.
Wow. Well, see, there you go.
I told my mom and dad, I'm like, get down there and pull the money out.
Seriously, take that shit out so they can't debit it.
Yeah, but so they've been doing. It really was very sad.
Well, I'm very sorry for your loss, and we'll.
She's happier though.
Send good vibes to everybody.
So I couldn't go because she was in hospice.
Right.
I was too afraid to leave because we really didn't know. We knew that she was dying.
Right.
But we didn't know when. And so I really couldn't make plans to go up there, and I couldn't commit to them. Because I was too afraid if I committed to them and then
something happened.
That was kind of big.
Right.
CBS.
Right.
Not just anybody, it was CBS.
It was CBS.
Yes. So that's all.
I know. I was so excited to be able to turn on the internet or I don't know if it was. Were you going to be on the TV doing the exit interviews or?
No. I was going to do on the website.
Do online.
Yeah.
Well, I would have only been able to watch that because my fucking DVR only recorded 3 minutes of the goddamn finale last night. So I had to watch the entire thing in clips because they don't post the full episodes online.
Well, today.
Well, I didn't want to wait till today, so I watched all the clips last night.
It'll be posted today. All of the thing.
I watched the clips.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I thought it was brilliant. And what pissed me off is, I purposely turned everything off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? All my social media.
You posted even on Facebook. Yes. I'm turning my phone off.
I'm turning it all off. I'm not, nothing. night. So that I could watch it, you know what I'm saying? Because I really did not want to know who won. I purposely didn't go and look or none of that stuff. My phone rings.
and who is on the other end?
I'm not going to mention their name. Wanda.
Wanda. Bitch!
I'm not even going to say it because she's East Coast. So I'm not saying, you know, blah, blah, blah. I answered like, can you believe that Ian won?
I hope you just hung up on her. Wanda, you know she did that on purpose.
And it was like, you know, like the last little second. Can you believe that Ian won?
So yes, Ian did win. He won 6-1 in jury vote.
Okay, can we just talk about Tanel for 2? Well, you know what? Let's not talk about Big Brother because Brian Hill is coming on.
Oh yes,
and I think Brian Hill is a Big Brother fan.
Which we'll talk about it with him.
Is he a big Brian?
Are you a Big Brother fan?
Big Brother fan? Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah.
All right, never mind. Then we're gonna not.
Fabulous.
Yeah, whatever. Danielle. Okay, I hope that she watches this back.
Her face. Her facial expression.
Well, I hope that she watches the show back and she goes, I am an idiot.
I am so stupid.
I am a doormat. Please abuse me. If you are an abusive person that wants to be in a relationship, I'm
your lady.
By you. Because even at the very last when Dan was out, you know, when she was out of the house and blah blah blah, and then that last like boom boom slap where she's like, yes, you know, like, you know, he did have the big, you know, the deal, and Ian didn't know, and then he swore on the cross that he didn't, and blah blah blah, and she's still like, oh, well, I'm gonna be loyal and vote. Oh my God, I about like
he played her like a fiddle,
and she is stupid,
and still voted for him.
Yeah,
stupid. Dumb.
Stupid.
But I just want to say Ian's speech. His speech. Epic. That was so. And poor Dan, when he got up to give his speech, was so fucking nervous.
Yeah, because he knew. Right then he already knew that he lost.
He knew.
Okay, so I couldn't figure out what Janelle, your favorite person
yeah.
She lost major points with me. Major points. Because she was just a scorned bitch. When she's like, if Dan doesn't win, it's a travesty. No, the only reason you want Dan to win is because Ian kicked your ass off and you were the queen of all competition. So no, bitch. The travesty is that you can't own up to you don't want I mean, I think that the person that voted me off, I would be like, all right, that was a good game. You know what I'm saying? Right? He played a good game.
And when Ian in his speech was comparing the apples to oranges based on what he did versus what Dan did, it was kind of like, right, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Guess who's the new queen of competitions now?
Okay.
He just happens to be a big nerdy hot. He instantly got hot.
Okay, who was that guy at the end? Because I think, you know, when he came out of the house, some guy came out of the audience and like grabbed on and gave him a big old hug and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, he's a fag!
Oh my God, he's a fag.
You know, like at first.
No, see, I didn't get to see that clip because I didn't get to see any of Julie talking to Ian or Dan. I didn't get to see any of that.
Some guy came out of the audience and like scooped Ian up and like, I mean, I thought he was going to throw him in the air and start sucking.
It's right probably one of his nerd friends.
I don't know, but he was really excited.
Really excited.
Anyways.
Yeah, that was a pretty epic finale. It was good.
Did you do anything else this week?
What did I do this week?
I kind of told you, but I didn't.
Yeah, I know. I feel very bad for you, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, executive producer MJ Top, for your loss. Was it your mother's mother?
It was my dad's dad.
Your dad's?
My dad's mom.
Your dad's mom. Sorry, executive producer Ophelia's dad's mom. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, what did I do? I really didn't do anything, you know. Center has been kind of taking up a lot of my time, and, you know, we're really gearing up for AIDS Walk, so I'm very excited for AIDS Walk.
That's good.
And trying to pour all
When's the Center's Gala?
The Center's Gala is October 6th.
I'm not going.
You're not going. You're probably in the river or somewhere.
I'm gone. I think that's the weekend I'm going to go to San Francisco.
Oh, what's going on in San Francisco?
I'm going to go to a meeting, a rodeo meeting.
Yeah. Well, too bad that rodeo meeting didn't fall on Folsom weekend, which is this weekend.
All right, well, I've been to Folsom. Have you been to Folsom?
Yes, I have.
And I've been to Dory Alley. Now I would prefer going to Dory Alley than I would go to Folsom.
I would agree with you.
I actually prefer to go to neither one of them.
Well, I will say that the most fun I've ever had in San Francisco was on a Dory Alley weekend, but it had nothing to do with Dory Alley and everything to do with what we did outside of
What did you do?
event. Oh, we went clubbing. No, I am totally a secret slut.
Well, you're really not that much of a secret slut, but...
Well, when it comes to talking about having sex with myself, no. But I masturbate a lot. Have to get that stuff out of the prostate, That builds up, cause prostate cancer. Boom, you learned something today. Hot. So, no, that's really all I did. Oh, guess what? All of those computer issue karma things that you've been having forever.
Yes.
I had all in the last 2 days.
Tell me.
Well, my MacBook that I've had for 5 years, my fabulous little black MacBook, died yesterday morning.
Did you go get a new one?
I did.
Did you go to the Apple Store?
I did go to the Apple Store with my parents. They came down from Riverside, and we went out there with producer Joey, and he hooked me up with a very fabulous, nice new MacBook Air. And of course, over the past couple of days, there have been the new iOS for the phone and all the shit for the iPad and everything.
I did yesterday.
I did too, and
I don't notice a difference.
Well,
am I supposed to notice a difference?
Only if it's good, because the difference I notice is not good.
Oh, what has yours been doing?
Mine has been fucked up all day long.
Oh.
My phone won't ring when someone calls me. It goes immediately to voicemail. My Bluetooth is having issues. My notifications are all wank.
Well, you're going to get the 5 anyway.
I am, but fucking hell.
I'm just saying.
And when I downloaded, I've been having problems with the camera because I was having that shutter issue. I can't get the shutter to open, so I can't take photos. Well, iOS 6 was supposed to fix that, and it totally didn't. So now I was going to wait for maybe a month.
The only thing I don't like about the camera, can we just talk about it for, we can't talk about Apple with Brian.
Yes, we can.
He's all into that shit. I'm just saying.
Total
Maybe we'll wait till he comes up.
Okay. We can.
Because I don't want to have a conversation that repeat conversation.
That's right.
Maybe we should just take a break and have him come out now. Because he's just standing there looking so
He's waiting for us, and I do notice that he trimmed his beard.
We had a little texting. Oh, we're going to talk about that. We had a little texting conversation yesterday where I told him how excited you were and he was here, and he of course was very excited about you, blah blah blah. And then I say to him in a text, because normally he responds. I said, Aaron's excited, and he said, as am I. And then I said, I would be more excited if you still had your beard.
Well, we'll get to see it all trimmed up and looking very dapper. Well, Brian Hill will always be sex on a stick.
He is sexier when his beard was longer last week.
I think either way, he's sexy.
But then I was jumping on the bar. Maybe that's why he trimmed it off.
Was this you Monday night after your last Wet n Wild?
No, the last Wet n Wild is this coming Monday.
Oh, I thought it was this past Monday.
No.
Okay.
No, this coming Monday is the last one.
But that's when you made the announcement. How did everybody take it?
No one was upset.
No one was upset. They're like, oh, okay.
They're like, yay, we get to deal with you more.
What's the first amazing fun game you're going to do?
I have not decided yet.
Girl,
I think
you might want to get on that.
Well, because it's a thing. It's kind of a toss-up between doing the dating game. A lot of people want to do the dating game. And so I've talked to a bunch of restaurants, and they will donate dinners and whatnot. So if I can get a couple more of those, then I think we'll do, like 8 weeks of the dating game.
Oh, that could be kind of cool. Nicole used to do something like that.
Nicole used to do something like that.
At Flex, yes, yeah. I remember.
So I'm thinking about doing something like that. Or I'm thinking about doing, my other one is Lip Sync for Your Life.
Naked Twister.
Somebody else mentioned Naked Twister too.
Well, as naked as you can get at the whole Twister.
Yeah, I think that if I'm having a difficult time getting people in their underwear to get in the shower, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of people in their underwear to get on a Twister game.
Maybe it's the water dancing thing. But you don't ever have them dance anymore.
Yeah, because, well, no one can dance.
Because no one can dance. They just want to do positions with you.
Which is nasty.
Yeah, I'm just saying. All right, we're going to take a break because we're going to bring the fabulous, hunkalicious Brian Hill on, and
with his short facial hair.
And all right, we'll be back. We're back.
Okay.
And Brian's here. Woo!
Thank you so much.
See, you can do that. I mean, it's okay to touch, but I like raking my fingers through it.
I know. I feel bad. I kind of, but not really anymore.
But your boyfriend liked it too.
He liked it before and after. He's totally okay either way.
Well, that's because he gets to sleep with you, so I don't think that it matters. He's not going to be like, by the way, he is very sweet.
Yes, he is. And he's super cute, too.
Yes.
You were so obsessed with his beard, though. I imagine you going there every time and trying to fucking berate it and put beads in it.
It was a little unsettling.
Yeah.
It was hot.
So, with you and your nails all through the beard.
It really was that.
Well, you know, the first time I met his boyfriend, I told the story a couple weeks ago. I met your boyfriend at the bar on a couple Mondays ago. And I walked in, he goes, "You're the one that plays with my boyfriend's beard."
Did you really say that?
Yes. And I'm like, yes, I do. And
Yes,
he goes,
I do.
Good for you.
Well, he's not going to hate you for it. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's an innocent.
Is he new? He's new. The relationship fairly new?
This is fairly new. We met at Coachella.
Okay.
Music festival. And we really hit it off. And
The Coachella, isn't that? But that's straight.
is it straight?
Yeah,
There's
it's
straight
Coachella.
people there.
It's everything.
It's everything. It's like Burning Man without all the work.
So, I love her. So how does that work? Like, how do you know?
Oh, you know, I actually, we were in a pool at the house that we're staying at, and he got out of it without any clothes on, and I saw him from behind, and I thought to myself, I want to go to there. And,
I want to go to
and by the
there.
end of the weekend, we sort of realized we had a lot of chemistry.
So it was sex at first sight.
Yeah.
It wasn't at sex at first sight. It was very cute and innocent, staring at each other, and then they clandestine kissed during the M83 set at Coachella. Actually, it was during Rapture at Coachella, I think, that we kissed for the first time. And then the next day, I just sort of innocently texted him, "Do you want to get away into the back house?" And he did, and we spent a long time together, and then we spent the rest of the weekend together, and we've been hanging out ever since. And
Now he lives someplace else.
he does. He lives in Sacramento.
See, now I think that relationship could really last for a very long time.
As long as he doesn't move down here.
Yes, that is
Long
my
distance.
theory.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We talked about that.
I like having him around, and I definitely want him here. So, and he loves San Diego
So why would you go up there?
because it's Sacramento.
Yeah. You've got too much
What
down
does he
here.
do?
He does customer service, so he's extremely mobile, and he's very tech savvy, tech smart. So he wants to come down to San Diego and find a new gig, and yeah.
Do you know, a job that I just heard that I don't know where I think Joey sent it to me or something. They say that one of the best jobs, the next upcoming job, is to get the 4G networks going.
Oh, for all the different carriers?
For other, yeah.
Yeah. Could be.
But that's where the money jobs are going to be right now.
But that doesn't seem like late. That doesn't seem like tech though. That seems like labor.
Where the money was like 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
Well, I think that would be for the 3G, but they're another thing because the 4G is not here on the West Coast.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
It just depends on what kind of network it is. There's
Well, the only people that really have
Right.
AT&T doesn't have it.
AT&T has it.
AT&T does.
When I plug my iPad 3 in, it's on the LTE network. And when I get my 5 tomorrow, it'll be on the LTE.
Boom.
Yeah.
I don't think
You best get on the internet. Sharpen up your
Hello.
skills.
You're talking to fucking Tech Mac
Either
Guru
that or it's
over
lying
here.
to me. I mean, it could be lying to me.
I think it could be lying to you. I don't
doubt
think
it.
that it's here in San Diego.
It's conspiracy.
Jobs is gone, so who knows what they're doing.
I don't think, I think that they're selling, because even on one of the news shows, they had said that you may get the 4G phone, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have the 4G network, and that you will still be on a 3G network because they don't have 4G everywhere. That was the whole news story, is that they are trying to get it going, but they don't have it
Maybe
everywhere.
LTE stands for like the earlier network.
Yeah.
Could be, but I think 4G is probably in most of the major metropolitan areas, just not in rural areas.
AT&T sells their 4G network in commercials. to
Yeah,
people.
they sure
also
do.
sell it through the iPhone because the iPhone hasn't been on the 4G until the
Right.
5.
Until the 5. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I would investigate a little bit further because
I'm getting it no matter what, so
No.
it could be on the 2G. And I was,
Right?
I mean,
It'd be on edge.
now, which one do you have now? Do you have the 4S now?
No, I have the 4. I go every other.
Yeah, that's
That
what I
way
do.
don't ever have to pay the upgrade fees.
Oh, that's smart of you.
And usually the way they design their phones, they're perfectly good until about 3 or 4 months before the every other
Right.
one comes out, and then they start to take a crap.
And that's what's happening.
But I will say, did you notice I put in 6 and my phone is running slightly better than it was before?
See, I put in 6 and mine is running worse,
Maybe because you like 7 or 8.
perhaps.
Well, what I don't understand is that I put it in, I'm not noticing anything.
Well, you wouldn't,
that's because-
because
yeah.
you only care about
It's cosmetic though. Did you notice
Things.
the cosmetic changes? I mean, little things that look differently.
No.
maps, look different.
Okay, you know what,
Kind
the
of.
Maps is
maps,
completely different. Yeah, it's not. It's
the
not
maps
sponsored
is a
by-
little different,
it's
but I'm
Google
not like
anymore.
impressed.
No, actually, most people hate it, and then what they're doing is they're going to the Maps website for Google, and they're putting a shortcut to the website. on
Right,
their-
to the
on their
website.
homepage.
Yeah.
Because it works better. It works the same as the old map.
They did maps with TomTom this time, right?
I don't know what they did it with. It looks kind of the same, and cosmetically, it's sort of cool. If you use it on your iPad, you can like have the street view and
Yeah, 'cause it does that, yeah.
But
But it doesn't do that on the
a little
phone.
clunky. And it doesn't do, okay, so if you want to, let's say you're downtown and you want to take a bus.
Right.
If you click on bus and route, it asks you to buy an additional app or install an additional app at
Yep.
an additional cost to get the route times. And then those aren't integrated into the Maps app. It takes you out to a third-party app to show you. It's really clunky.
You might as well have Droid.
Yeah, so what I'm hoping is, like Google put out a YouTube app to replace the iPhone YouTube app. Hopefully they'll put out a Maps app to replace the iPhone. Which
Right.
Well, I hope they do something.
It's
But I don't
it's all going to Android, really.
Yeah, but you're all iPhone now, so you can't switch over. You
do
are
like
all in
my-
love.
I do like the
Yes.
iPhone a lot.
And you know, it's longer now, so you get a whole nother row of icons.
Yeah, well, I don't.
And Facebook integration into pretty much everything that you do. Which,
Right, and I didn't notice that initially in 6.0 until I was when I took the link for the maps and I wanted to put it on my home screen. Up comes this new screen that says you can Twitter this link, you can Facebook it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I did notice that. I didn't know
Yep.
what it did.
And if you do the drop down, it will have up here. It'll say insert in tweet or insert in Facebook. You know, depending on how you link.
Yeah, I did do the upgrade on this thing, but I only had, this is only the 2, it's not the 3. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got Siri on my 3 now.
Yeah,
That's
Siri's
my
on,
first time using
on the
my
iPad.
Siri.
Do you have the 3?
No, I don't have the 3.
Yeah, so we don't get Siri yet on our pads.
Right, because the 3 is only, yeah, that's
Right.
yeah.
So we didn't get Siri on our phone either, because I didn't get that either.
See, but what I'm thinking
Not
about
that it would
doing-
work, but
Okay,
you
so
get it on
this is what
5.
I'm thinking about when it comes to the Apple stuff. I'm perfectly fine with it because I have the 4S and and it works for everything that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have problems with Siri. I have no problem with Siri. We get along fine.
she loves you.
Yeah. So I don't have a problem with it. But I do, I have the iPad 1,
Right, that's what I had before I got the 3.
which I'm fine with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I do now want the 3 because of all of the different stuff. So now I'm thinking that I might want to wait because somebody said that, they'll release the iPad, another iPad.
I think it'll be a while before they do that. The rumor I've heard is that they're going to release
A smaller one.
smaller iPad that will be go up against the Kindle Blaze or
Fire, yeah, whatever it is.
Like a mini reader, basically.
Right.
Which I don't want.
And the thing is, I use my iPad for reading primarily. I mean, I'm reading books on it all the time.
Yeah.
And then I use it, to play music and do some other things too. But that's really it.
People are saying it's going to be called the iPod.
The what?
The iPod.
iPod. Did you, you could download, do you have a library card?
I don't have a library card.
You could get a library card and then you could rent ebooks
Really?
right into your iPad. Yes, that's what I do.
Wow. I should do that.
It is amazing.
Because I am constantly reading. In fact, I'm reading the autobiography of Anthony Kiedis.
Right.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. Excellent. So good.
Well, you can download that. You go to and you have to get an app. It's called Over. I don't have my iPad, but you have to get. It's called Over. I have it on my phone too.
That's really interesting. I mean, I guess that would make a lot of sense to do.
To like check out. I mean, how much is a book rental though? What, 99 cents or 50 cents?
Well, from the library, it's free.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, but that's
you basically it's like 21 days is the rental for.
And then they just remove it.
And then basically just removes.
Wow.
Oh, but does it work through the bookstore, or does it work through?
No. You go through this other app. If Jay was paying attention, he would know that I would try to find my phone.
Yeah, because my question would be, if you have the book, does that mean no one else can have it, or do they have unlimited copies of every book?
No, they do not have unlimited copies, which is the strange part about
So
it.
you have to wait.
That's
Got it.
So there's a couple books that I'm on a waiting list for, but what's really cool is when it comes up, then they email you, and then you have 4 days from when you get the email to download it onto your thing, and then you have 21 days to read it, and then at the end of 21 days, it just like disappears.
I might have to check that out.
Oh, that's freaking awesome.
I was going through a tear. I was reading all the, you guys watch Game of Thrones at all?
No.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
So the TV show is great, but the books
are better.
Amazing.
That's exactly what Donald says.
People, it's like watching the TV show, but you will get to watch all the deleted scenes, and all the deleted scenes are awesome.
Right.
I just finished the 5th book, so I'm all the way through all the books that are out, and it's just, it's great.
Yeah, but I think it's good. I love that.
What do you think though about people?
And audiobooks. It also does audiobooks, so it will read.
You can rent them or check them out, basically.
For my phone, because I know Jay Turner is very busy.
What do you think about people that have not read the books and watched the series, and then go back and read the books?
Well, that's how I started. I watched the first season, and I had no patience to wait for it to come. I wanted to know what happened next. So I started reading the books. I tell people it's actually you're better off. Go ahead and watch the first season, because then that will get the characters sort of straight in your head. Because the book has thousands of characters. I actually have a compendium on my phone, so I can look up characters if I forget who they are. He does a really good job of reminding you who these characters are and the situations they're in. But after a while, like I said, there's literally thousands of characters.
They just run together.
So I always say watch the show, because then you can get a better visualization of who they are, and then read the book, and it really, just opens it all up. The first season and the first book are very faithful and true to one another. But then the second season started to really branch out in different directions, and
that's what Donald said.
Yeah, represent characters slightly differently, which kind of pulls on my heartstrings, because I'm really into the books and I'm really loyal to the characters in the book. But he's involved in the show, so I feel like as long as he's involved in the show, then it'll remain somewhat faithful, and it's fun. I would say read the books. If you're even at all a reader, they're amazing books. They really are truly phenomenal.
My only problem with reading books, I don't know how you are with this, but I'm not one of those people that can read a book and then put it away 30 pages later and then go back to it. I have to read it from cover to cover, which is why I don't read that often.
All in one sitting?
Yes, I have to read it all in one sitting.
Oh yeah,
you too?
Yes, I do. Because I get engrossed. It's like I need coffee, wine. Yes. Well,
that's not engrossed.
absolutely.
That's obsessed.
It's absolutely obsessed.
That's kind of how I am with his beer. I walk through the door and I'm just like.
That's why I don't want to read that 50 Shades of whatever the fuck it is, because I'm afraid that I'll have to sit down and read it cover to cover, and I don't want to.
It's not all about lady parts, though.
I don't know. Sex drives me.
I would rather live.
I'll watch the movie and then I'll read the book.
On the thing, there is the wait list for that.
In the checkout.
Yeah, it's like
You probably can get it like 2015.
Right. There are 70 people before you. It's like crazy.
You might as well just buy that paperback for $2.95 at fucking Bookstore or whatever the hell.
Yeah, it's
a trilogy.
So
shit.
Of everything with you also have your podcast, Six Running Bearcast.
That's right.
And how is that going?
It's going well.
I've noticed that you guys are starting to include more guests.
We are. Well, basically, what we try to do is when one of us is out, we try to bring in a guest, and then that sort of keeps things interesting. We've gotten very laid back. I mean, I haven't been on the show in probably almost a month now by the time we record again, because if this doesn't line up and our schedules are off, then we won't always be on the show together. But we're having a lot of fun. I mean, we did the we did 111, and that was a martini cast, and we didn't get drunk like we did the drunk cast. That was ridiculous. Did you guys get a chance to watch that?
I listened to a little bit of it. Yeah.
It was. I mean, if you want to watch one episode, watch episode 100 because it's just ridiculous. It starts off and we're all in sort of a bad mood, and then we get drunk, and then Dave starts putting on wrestling singlets, and Dave had like a relationship intervention with me. This is like pre-Aaron.
Right.
And, it went like extremely high and silly to like extremely low and deep and serious, and all those great things that alcohol does to you, of course. But
I was going to say, that sounds like our show.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. When I was on the show last time, I don't think any of you were going to drink, and then I'm like, no, I'm drinking. And
well, I think Dave's afraid because whenever he does, he wants to take his clothes off, and he ends up regretting it.
He has been out quite a bit recently.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
What do you mean?
I never used to see him out anywhere, and he's like popping up everywhere.
Well, he works for the sexy underwear.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess he's got. Well, I don't think too many people at the Hole are wearing rough skin.
Right, but he has sexy, beautiful underwear boys working with him that might be taking him out.
Got it.
Going, come on, Uncle Dave.
Probably. But I thought he was all married to.
Yes.
Okay.
But just because you're married doesn't mean you can't go out.
Well, what I'm saying is I never used to see him, and now all of a sudden I'm seeing him everywhere.
I have to say that now, having a partner, like, I'm more inclined to go out because there's no pressure with that what if I meet Mr. Right tonight, or and all that.
My beard has to be long.
So really, how is that? I mean, really, that is what you think? Like
no, well, I mean, I always would think
that is a very interesting.
Or like thinking about, I'd like to get laid tonight. Kind of checking out people and going like, what's going on over there?
So when pre-Aaron.
I love his name, by the way.
All of that. When you were you like a more online hookup person, or were you more of a go out and meet someone? Because you work at Pecs,
right?
And bartenders that get in on all the time. I mean, you get like drunk drag queens like me that come in on Monday night that are all crawling on the bar to get to you.
Yeah, I definitely have an online presence, which has completely dissipated. But I didn't really have a lot of luck with that. I guess now when you get on Growler, you can meet somebody maybe, which is the iPhone app for bears and stuff. And then of course, I'm a bartender, and sometimes a really nice looking out of towner will come into town and
phone numbers, matchbooks,
and sometimes they're willing to wait until 2 a.m.
See?
Well, yeah. I mean, it is. I think that there is something crazy about a bartender. I mean.
Well, I always used to think that about you, too. I used to think that you get phone numbers up the wazoo.
I don't.
And you told me I don't get fucking shit. And I'm like, to me, I don't understand that.
God, no.
Well, there is like a mythos, like the bartender is getting laid all the time.
Right.
And that's just incredibly not true.
Right.
I would say maybe 2 or 3 times a year, somebody might come into a bar, and I'd be like, wow, amazing, and then something will end up coming from that. But I wouldn't, it doesn't happen all the time, and I don't necessarily want it to happen all the time. And, it just depends on the person and the situation.
Yeah, I agree. No, I think that's interesting.
How often does Aaron come down to visit, and does he hang out with you at the bar, and what are your feelings about that?
I'm totally okay with that, and Aaron is incredibly grounded when it comes to relationships. He has his shit together way more than I do. I'm the one who's carrying baggage.
Okay.
He's the one who's got it figured out.
Got it.
And so he's very happy-go-lucky, man. He can pretty much handle anything that comes along, and he loves hanging out at the bar and just seeing me, put on my little show.
Well, I was gonna say, is there any of that like jealousy that might come up with him, with people flirting with you, or?
No, because I think he looks at me. I mean, he thinks I'm hot,
Right.
So I don't think he blames other people when they want to flirt with me.
Because I know that caused a lot of problems with some bartenders in their relationships.
It'll all, when he's living down here, I mean, we'll definitely talk about it. We're insanely into like this rare, concept of honesty, like actually telling the truth to one another. And that's the hardest part for me, because I'm coming from my first relationships where I was kind of berated. Like, I was in an open relationship with my first partner, and he would call me a whore and a slut if I ever took advantage of the open relationship.
Right.
So I got to the point where I just didn't tell him anymore. And then you lose the honesty, you lose the trust, you lose communication, and the whole thing falls apart.
Right.
And so that's the hardest thing for me. It's like being communicative and being truthful. And it's awesome. I love it. I love being able to tell the truth.
So now when he moves down, is he going to move right in with you? Or are you going to do that?
No, he's going to move in.
You need a bigger place.
No, we are, and that's. I already told him. I said, when you get here, I want to get a new place because I want us to have a place, not him to be living in my place.
Right.
You know? So that's the plan.
Move him in with her.
No.
We do our laundry if we move in with you.
No. Well, you know, which is often a joke, but it's true. When my ex, Robert, when we talked about moving together, I'm like, well, you know, there's places just down the street. I mean, like, we could, like,
I thought you said, you know, a woman's heart is like
I'm like, let's try living in the same neighborhood, and then we'll get, you know, like, yeah. So,
Then we'll try to cohabitate. Oh no, I know you ain't sharing your space with nobody. It was bad enough you let people stay on your couch.
Yeah, but so true. But I think that the difference too is, and like he was just saying that it's, you know, like I created my house is just that. I mean, it's my house.
Right.
I mean, when I remodeled it with only me and Ophelia in mind. That was it.
Right.
There was no, so it wouldn't be comfortable for anybody to move in with me, and I know that.
Well, I mean, he even said, he goes, there's barely enough room for all of your crap in your place.
Right.
Well, that's mine.
And that's what I was going to say. I was going to try to imagine condensing all of your stuff in your cute, tiny, little, wonderful place to accommodate all his stuff.
Yeah, my place is perfect for one person. And honestly, I'm excited about getting a new place with him and, you know, making it like, you know, our place.
It's so cute.
Get a place with a pool.
Oh, I would love that. I'm all about it.
Pool party.
Like yeah, but that's like a house.
Well, I'm looking at, but you can get like a, you know, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, hopefully in a place that has a pool. Yeah, I'm not
like a condo.
So what would be your outer limits that you would move in? Because, you know, Dave moved and he's like out there. Like you have to like go.
Oh, no. I want to stay in the neighborhood.
You do?
Yeah, for sure. And I, you know, maybe, you know, as far away as like Kensington or something, you know.
That's
like,
so far.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, but you walk a lot, don't you?
I do to an sort of. I mean, what I'm talking about is like, you know, over like near Park and 30th. You know, I have friends that live over there.
Yeah.
And there's some really nice places there. You know, I don't mind living that far away. I don't want to lose my 5-minute commute to work.
Yeah. See? That's what I'm saying. I don't want to lose my 5-minute commute to anywhere. And if you're a trick, not that I have them, you got to be within that walking distance too, because I ain't walking the Mission Hills. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You're coming to my house.
You live north of the 8th?
What the hell?
People up there?
She used to give me so much shit about I didn't go out of the bubble, and I'm like, well, I have no reason to go out of the bubble.
Yeah, see, I am out of the bubble more than I'm in the bubble.
Well, you go out of the bubble, like, you can't even get pizza delivered to your place, right?
No. Well,
No,
my house is in Normal Heights. I mean, that's where I live.
Yeah.
But I'm out in the East County more than I'm anywhere.
Well, because she has a horse,
I have a horse,
she
and
goes
I have a
out
lot of
riding.
friends out there, and I like
But you go to Ocean Beach, and you go to Coronado, and you do all these other things outside of the bubble, and you hardly do anything
I do
inside
very
the bubble.
little in the bubble. Very
Except for
little.
work.
Do you ride your horse on the beach with like a braid in your hair, like Rose?
No, but I totally would. I have rode her on the beach. Yeah, it's very fun.
If you ever have to transport Luna, who does it for you? Do you?
I do.
You do?
I
You have
put
a
her in
trailer?
and
Wow.
drive off
So
on the road.
Is that in heels or?
Yeah, sometimes.
Not the horse, I meant you.
Yeah, both.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I take her down the beach. She likes it.
Oh, that would be hot. Are there any beaches here where you can ride a horse?
Oh yeah, down in Imperial Beach.
Oh, you can? Okay.
You can, and also in Fiesta Island.
Oh, right on.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't
In fact,
either.
they were trying to change it so that you couldn't ride horses there, and so it's become like a big thing. And so, but yeah, it's the past. So yeah, you can take your horses down to Fiesta Island.
I didn't realize you were such a horsewoman.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's
I know
rodeo
you were in
queen.
the rodeo, but I didn't know you were actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take Luna down to Fiesta Island. We go in the little water. It's very fun.
She has her sash and her crown and the whole 9 yards.
Yes, I do.
We have to take a break. Producer Jay is flashing that thing at us.
Already.
I
So-
forgot he was here.
We're going to come back with the hunkalicious Brian and talk about match game. So we'll be right back. We're back.
Jay is so irritated with
He is. He's ready to go.
He's like, I don't even fucking want to deal with you.
What is your favorite TV show on right now?
My favorite TV show on right now, that's really hard to say. I'm going to go with Boardwalk Empire because it just started, and the first episode was
I didn't
incredible.
get into that yet.
HBO. I watched the first season, and I didn't have the enthusiasm for Boardwalk Empire that I did for The Sopranos, which was a baby of mine. So
was pretty awesome.
yes, I love
Boardwalk
Sopranos.
Empire, you gotta stick with it because it's such a kind of a heavy show. I call it, these shows are the ones where if you watch them, you can't do anything else. You can't check Twitter or Facebook or anything.
You gotta watch them.
Watch the show because if you don't, you're gonna miss some little nuanced moment and you're gonna kind of drop out of it.
And he put a tweet, or I think it was a Facebook status that was something that you had said, and I think it's a fucking genius idea about the way that we watch TV. Like, you would be totally okay if you could just subscribe to HBO and CBS and like.
Well, I kind of do that.
Well, but I mean, wouldn't it
I
be
think
great
it's a
if you
great
could
idea.
just do that through like Apple TV or whatever?
I think it's only a matter of time. I've actually heard kind of a whisper in the wind that HBO is looking at a pay-only service where you just pay to have HBO. Because if it was a channel on my Apple TV, then that would be one step. I mean, between Hulu Plus, Netflix, and having HBO Go.
But
on Apple TV.
and I think, and I've said this before, I think that I don't know how long you've had Hulu Plus, but I'm finding even with Hulu Plus and the little time that I've had it, because I got rid of cable.
I wanted to say like almost
It's about
7 months ago.
I'm getting close to getting rid of it myself.
I love it, but I'm also doing things I hope no one's watching. But I hope no one important is watching. But what I have done is I watch everything on Hulu Plus, or I go to the websites. And what Hulu Plus has done is it basically has been the avenue to let me know what's on. Because I put all my favorite shows in a queue, and then it says, "Oh, this was on." So it's kind of like a DVR, and then I can go back and watch them.
Right.
But what I have noticed with Hulu Plus is more and more that they aren't having the shows that they were having on there.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not allowed anymore.
Right.
And then I'm watching like networks like TNT and Bravo and TLC and HBO and all of those, where when you go to their websites, you've got to sign in as a subscriber. And I think that is just one step closer to them saying, you can join us for X amount of dollars. Because, okay, now this is the secret part. What I've been doing is, I've been signing into HBO, the HBO to go and all of those, with a friend's password. So I'm watching all of the HBO shows and the TNT shows and the Bravo shows as if I was a subscriber. So I think eventually what they're going to end up doing is saying,
Yeah, I mean, I think we're at a really interesting point in time where the cable companies might even want to go to that model, but you have companies like Viacom that own multiple networks, and they're not going to see one of their smaller networks get completely put away because no one's going to buy that. There's so many networks. Think about there's like 200, 300 networks on television right now. If it was a pay per channel model, 90% of those networks would disappear because nobody would pay for that.
Correct. Which means that programming on all of those other channels would become just that much better.
You would hope that they would step up and say, "Look at me, look what we're doing." And so
But don't you think
you'd have like trash TV channels and you'd have quality TV channels.
They are because exactly
like FX and AMC have really stepped up
because they have to compete.
So it's like TNT, TNT because TNT now has Southland, and then they have Mad Men
and Dallas.
Well, Mad Men's on AMC.
But it's also same owners, right?
Same owners.
So you're right. Yeah.
So you have to go to the TNT network to that website to watch it, and you have to sign on and be a user to even do it.
Right.
Well, and it's really the reason I have cable right now is I kind of made a deal with myself. I was going to finish out some programs and then get rid of it because like Weeds just ended. They had their season, or they had their series finale, which
I
was
loved Weeds,
which was great. Breaking Bad will come back next year, and I'm kind of torn. I think I'm going to get rid of cable before it comes back, and then I might just sort of steal the last season or something because it's so.
But they all come out. And they all come out
down online
come out
on
on
Netflix
DVD
and on
or
DVD.
yeah.
Well, but that's my big problem with Netflix. I'm having the same problem with Netflix that you're having with Hulu Plus.
Well, I
Is
canceled
fucking Netflix is like
'cause
getting
they're
them on
so far
nerves. They are so far behind.
Well, again, I mean, you're looking at licensing fees and contracts. Netflix hit the skids because they fell out with somebody, and they lost like 30% of their content. or something.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah,
But I think that same thing is happening with Hulu Plus. Is I think that the networks are saying, look, these people were smart starting this service, and people are signing up for them because that's what they want to do. Most people are getting rid of cable. I talk to more people that are getting rid of cable than have cable, and they're saying the same thing, that they can get everything that they want
Online.
or they can use torrents and they can get it illegally online.
Right.
Which
Yeah, and I mean, I know people who work for cable companies, and their jobs have been like a roller coaster ride
Yeah.
all over the place because there's all this restructuring and looking at different, models and stuff, and yeah,
Well,
it's definitely changing.
and the other thing is, like I have my TV is hooked up to my computer. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Sure.
like my desktop, the little Mac Mini is hooked up there. So I watch everything, which is the same thing as like Apple TV. Because I was going to get Apple TV, and they're like, well, no, you don't really need it because you have.
No, not if you're doing it that way.
No.
Yeah, you
'cause
have it.
you can do
And
everything
now
there.
I'm, even I see all of these things now, and I have this little device which is plugged in. It's a little USB thing. It's plugged in my computer, but I watch TV through my computer, and I can record things. So my computer has basically become my DVR.
We love you, Brian.
So on my major network shows that I can't get, like CBS is the worst,
Yeah.
on not doing things.
because they aren't on. That's where I was looking for Big Brother last night.
Exactly.
Hulu Plus, and they're not there.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even know if they do on demand because
No, they don't.
They don't.
Which kills me because I missed the first episode of Survivor, and now I don't know how I'm gonna have to go on to get it through a
Yeah.
torrent, I guess, or
Right.
over Apple TV.
Or you can watch the fucking clips on CBS.com, but it's all clips.
Well,
I don't want
on
clips.
some
I
of
want
them,
the whole thing because Lisa Welchel from Facts of Life is
she
in it.
doesn't. She doesn't do good. I just want to let you know.
She doesn't do good?
She doesn't do good.
Even with Jesus on her side?
Even with Jesus on her side.
Oh, see, this is what.
And I'm going to tell you what, I've never watched Survivor before.
I love Survivor.
And I am going to watch Survivor this time because I watched it last night because I got confused on the timing. And so I thought that Big Brother was coming on, but it was really Survivor. And, and I'm like, well, I'm home now, so this is what I'm going to do. Hot. There are some hot men on Survivor this year. And hairy chested men. And not even, you know what I'm talking like talking.
That'll all be skinny twinks by the end of the
Not
season.
the little. Well, no, we're talking daddy hot. Not the little. There's a couple Twinkie boys, but
Right.
for the most part. And I was like, I think I'm going to close my curtains and watch the show this season.
With some lotion by my side.
But you can't watch that on CBS. Usually they do it the day after.
I had my heart broken last year on Survivor because they had a bear, like a gay bear on there. And he was like a daddy bear. And I saw a photo of him online and I was like, wow, he's kind of hot. And then I found he was on Bear 411, which is, an online chat program. And I said hello to him and he said hi back. And I was like, well, look at this, because I'm a total star fucker. I'm just like, hey.
Really? I'm a star. Brian, I'm a star. Brian, I'm a star.
But then he gets on the show and he's so kind of disappointing, and he was like, he wanted everybody to call him Papa Bear, and
Who was it that was
I never
on?
get the bears I want on TV.
I know. I never get any man I want to.
Who was on Big Brother this season that had a brother on Survivor? What?
Oh, Will.
Will. That's right.
Okay, so other shows, New Normal. What do you think about it?
I think it's very much, it's Ryan Murphy, right? That's the one he puts together.
Glee.
Okay. It's very, very Ryan Murphy in that these people don't exist, these situations don't exist, this kind of dialogue doesn't exist.
Right.
But he is putting across some really wonderful points on television. It's great propaganda. I think it's inviting to people that aren't gay. I think it's excellent. And it brings, like I said, it brings out a lot of emotions, a lot of issues. I love how he's having them kiss with no
nothing.
apologies.
It's really intimate.
It's really good.
What I like is that when they kiss, it's intimate. It's not. You know what I'm saying?
It's not like a pure step and fetch it cliche thing.
Right.
Even though the fact that they made the one guy, very stylish and very very gay, and then they made the other guy, into sports.
But you know what?
That's a little.
That's the
It is
biggest
very
thing people are
stereotypic, but
saying.
you know what I think well, I'm just saying for me, what I also noticed, and I said this last week, and I got a little bit of flack for it, which I thought was very funny. What I think was really interesting about that is they made the Femme guy really bigger. Like he's much taller than that more masculine guy.
Oh, in stature.
So kind of balanced it all.
Right.
Even though it was stereotypical, it kind of balanced
And you
it
know,
out.
that's Andrew Reynolds. He was the one who starred in Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon, yep.
And he was also in one of my favorite shows ever is Girls on HBO. He had a recurring role in that. He's fantastic. I'm so excited to see him on.
Yeah, well, I love the show, and everyone's like, "Oh, I can't believe the things that they say and the way that that woman thinks." And I'm like,
It's great. It's Archie Bunker style.
"Yes," but I'm like, do you know how many people actually really do think that?
Totally.
But that's what
She's a caricature. I mean, she's over the top, but
Yeah.
people say stuff like that all the time.
That's what I keep telling people about the whole stereotyping sort of. That's what they keep arguing about. It's so stereotypical. There's two stereotypes, negative stereotypes, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, but there are actually people like that.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't portray those people because they're a
In the most
stereotype?
recent episode when they went to the club and they were like, we're kind of past
Yeah,
Right,
That
exactly.
happens.
It does.
Totally it happens.
It totally does.
How many that you see someone, because we've had, me and Jay have had this argument like many times about when they were adopting a kid, it's like, oh, I want this like cute, but this is, blah, blah, blah. And, he's like, no. So it's, I mean, it really, that stuff does happen. It's just escalated.
And
Right.
how much did you love the Grey Gardens? That was,
I fucking love Shania.
I almost
Shania.
lost my
Now, you know that they wrote that in because I was reading this on Entertainment Weekly or whatever, because she's obsessed, that little girl is obsessed with Grey Gardens.
in real life.
In real life.
Oh, God. I
And
love
so
it.
They were, she had just watched that, watched it again, and during one of the when she wasn't even on, she was running around the set doing, eaty things. And they're like, you're brilliant.
There could be a show with her just doing that, and I would watch it.
And so they rewrote that entire show so that to incorporate
Remember
her
she said
into
Mother
it.
Darling. Because I actually had never
Awesome.
seen Grey Gardens until about maybe like 10 months ago.
Oh, really?
And it was on cable, so I probably watched it like 6 times. because
Yeah.
it's-
So you watched the original?
Yeah, the original.
Okay.
And then I watched the movie with Drew Barrymore and stuff,
Right.
which actually was pretty good.
I thought it was actually. I thought it was actually better.
But I love Andrew Reynolds' style. I like what he's doing with the new normal. I'm really looking forward to American Horror Story coming back.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
God damn it, that's
Oh
my favorite
God.
show on
Did you watch
TV.
the first episode of Glee?
No.
Yeah.
That's too gay. Talk about stereotypes.
Tears down
Yes.
the face.
Right?
When Rachel's on the phone by the fountain, and I mean, I know I'm 6'5".
And tonight is Britney 2.0.
Oh my
I'm
God.
just pointing that out.
Oh, on X Factor or whatever?
No.
Glee.
Glee.
No, God. I don't want to. That's way too gay for me.
so good though.
Yo, it was.
My dad, so my dad goes, I can't believe you being gay, you don't watch Glee. I'm like, no.
You don't watch Glee.
You don't watch Glee. You should watch Glee.
Fucking love it. Love.
What it
Did
is,
you-
Kate Hudson. Phenomenal.
Super good. And that's the thing.
phenomenal.
If you get past, like last season, the bumps in the roads, because Andrew Reynolds isn't always involved in writing it, and so they basically do this thing where they give the characters like brand new personas every episode. Like they completely change their personalities to suit the storylines. And I found that really like not great to watch, you know. But this first episode of this first season, it's like completely on. It's like the best of the best of the way it used to.
What about Amazing Race? You watch Amazing Race?
Oh, I can't wait for Major Race. When does that start?
30th.
30th?
And they're giving $2 million out this year.
I heard that.
Yeah.
What's they've been doing all these trick, stunt casting. What's the stunt cast this time, do you know? Like last time they had that dopey gal from Big Brother.
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
crybaby.
You know what? I do know that from Amazing Race. I don't know if I really. They sent out a casting call to the gay rodeo.
Really?
This past time that they were looking for.
A rodeoer?
People that were in the gay rodeo lifestyle to.
Gay cowboys.
Yeah, gay cowboys or girls or whatever to try out for the show. So I don't know if any of them made it or whatnot, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like the Amazing Race.
I do too.
You know what I'm going to miss, and I don't think it's ever coming back because Logo has changed its direction. I love that A-list New York show. That's the one.
see, I didn't watch
That's the
that.
one crap TV show that I can watch. I can't watch Housewives. I can't watch
those
Honey
either.
Boo Boo. I can't watch any of those soul-destroying shows except for the A-list. That was the one for some
that was
reason I
my
got into.
soul-destroying show.
For some reason, I was so enthralled with it. I thought it was.
I
Yeah, no.
Delicious.
Not
What
even
about
logo.
Partners? Are you gonna watch Partners?
You know, yeah. Does that start on Monday?
Hulu Plus has it, thank God.
It's another.
Yeah.
It's another.
They have the pilot.
The pilot,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw a nod to that in Entertainment Weekly or something. So I might TiVo.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably watch it one day.
We'll see. I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna probably stick with the new normal though. I watched the pilot of Partners. I did not laugh nearly as much as I did with
And
the
I
new
did
normal.
not want to like the new normal. I
know you
said
didn't.
This, before it came out when there was, I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it. It's gonna be stupid.
This shit
And
is
I really
good.
like it. I really, really,
Yeah.
really
And
like
like
it.
I was really, I am not into the housewife woman who's on the show.
Nene?
But they've given her some
she's
good lines.
Oh,
and so
she's
fucking great.
Yeah.
And she's even better on Glee.
Yeah.
I fucking love her on Glee.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so anti-housewife that whenever they pop up, I'm just like,
Yeah, I don't.
Considering though that she's actually not Nene anymore, she's kind of playing a character now. So
and
she's
like
an actress.
She was a tough sell for me, just I guess because I don't know, but she's been good on the show.
Oh, she's been great. The fucking lines are great.
All right, we have stuff coming up.
Yes, we do. Brian is going to be with us tomorrow. We are going.
We're going to be with Brian. How are we
Well,
doing with
okay,
that?
whatever.
Yeah, that sounds
We're all going to be together tomorrow night, of course, which is for the match game. This is the fourth time we've
Which
done
I
it.
was really scared.
I think it's the fourth time.
This will be our fourth time together. I was really scared the last time because
Because you didn't think he was going to have us
I
back.
did not think that he was going to have us back. Brian got us so drunk.
Yes, Brian's fault. Miss
that's-
Ophelia pictures a fucking shot.
If you're a long-time listener, I bet you really could believe that.
Exactly.
That had everything to do with me.
Yes, that's what I told Mike. I was like, Mike, are you not inviting us back because of Brian Hill?
No, I think it was because you almost knocked the table over trying to get at that married guy.
Exactly, Mr.
man?
Green
Are you
shirt.
talking about Green shirt?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Mr. Green shirt.
He's almost married. He's not married to Matt, and he
Still.
will be there. He will be there.
He will be there.
He should have been married like a year ago.
I gotta say, he's
I
got
think he's
cojones.
getting
Coming back
ready.
for more.
He's getting ready. He's waiting.
Did you
for
tell
me.
him to wear things that were easy to take off?
I tell him that all the time.
Okay.
Right?
But he put it on Facebook. He like Facebook.
Tell him not to wear many things.
Yeah.
Only one thing. So, yes, we are very excited about Match Game. It's our fundraiser for AIDS Walk.
A halter top.
For our team, he said, she said, and they said, which producer Kurt has not signed up for yet. I just want to point that out.
Whoops.
The
I
end.
was former producer.
Exactly, former producer Kurt.
There's Trump.
So that's tomorrow. Well, when you see
Sunday,
this, it's going to be
and Sunday,
tonight.
in case nobody, you're not doing anything on Sunday and you want to be like scared.
Uh-oh.
Scared. I'm actually going to be performing.
That's right. You
Performing
talked about that last week.
At
Are you lip syncing for your life?
I'm going to be lip syncing for my life on at Numbers starting at 8 o'clock.
Oh my goodness.
Is
And
it
also-
a benefit?
It's a benefit for AIDS
For
Walk.
AIDS Walk, okay.
And also on Sunday at Lips. God, it's a big crazy.
See?
Lips on Sunday is is Babette Schwartz's birthday.
Oh, that's right. I did get that event. So
That'll be very fun.
that will be. Are you performing there too?
I will. I'm gonna go. Well, Sunday's a busy day for me.
She'll be doing fucking shots all night. Oh yeah, and it's totally blacked fucking out. So you better have a ticket.
Oh yeah, I'm going.
Okay, I'm going.
I'm going.
See, this is the problem that we have with the actual day of AIDS Walk. She has
There's a game.
She has to walk through it in like 10 minutes because she has a game to
Because
go to.
I am all about football.
Oh, I am too now that I'm doing fantasy football now. So now
Oh, are you?
Now I care
Shut
about
the front
football.
I am all about football. So
Is
when
this a
football
boyfriend
on,
influence
I'm done.
thing?
It's slightly boyfriend influence because he's super into it and he's really into sports and stuff. But
Do you want to go to the game with me on Sunday?
which game? What game? The
the
Charger
Charger
game?
game.
I have to work at 5.
Sorry.
See?
But I want the Chargers. I see that's where I'm torn because my fantasy football quarterback is Ryan, and
Right.
Julio Jones, my wide receiver, is on my fantasy football team, and they're playing against the Chargers.
But the
so I want
Chargers
the
gonna win.
Chargers to win, but I want Atlanta to have a good day on the field. So.
Well, we're winning.
Oh, that sounds like Dungeons and Dragons for geeks.
It is.
It
but
is,
that's why
it
I
is.
like it because it's Dungeons and Dragons, but it's football. It really is the thing. You just look at statistics and you look at your players and you create like your best little, like your quarterback's your warlock.
And you're like, bim bam boom wizard.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god.
But there's some other stuff coming up, and I can't remember.
There is a bunch of stuff coming up.
It's coming up in October. Are you guys doing that? I'm doing
Hell
that.
Oh, what is that?
Gay Days is October 6th and 7th.
October 6th and 7th. Gay Days at Disney.
Saturday and Sunday.
We should go to that. I haven't been to Disneyland in like 20 years.
You know I'm not a Disney queen.
You know, put some mousers on your head. You'll love it.
No.
No, I think it'd be fun.
So,
really
if I hear a small world, even, I think I will kill myself.
It's a small
See?
world.
I might have to bring you back a souvenir.
Oh my! Please don't.
I'm going like 3 times in October.
God no. I know you had posted you got like some super pass or some shit.
Yeah, we got a pass, so we're gonna put it to use and get our money's worth.
With your boyfriend?
Yes,
Aaron,
yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
And you have finals coming up or not finals, but the last wet underwear.
So there's been a little misunderstanding.
Oh, shit.
Not that anyone understands. But yeah, so next Monday night will be my last wet underwear contest.
For the summer
For the
season.
summer.
Right.
So we will not do it again. The wet underwear contest is gonna become seasonal. So I'm gonna do it during the summer months and on the summer months only.
Got it.
So does that mean you won't be coming to Pecs until next summer?
No. I am still going to be there on Monday night. I'm still doing a show, but it's going to be called Amazing Fun Day.
Okay.
So we're going to have...
like Monday with an F.
But with fun.
Right.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing games on Monday instead. So, like for 8 weeks we'll do like the dating game. And then 8 weeks we're going to do like the newlywed game.
Charades.
And 8 weeks we're going to do charades. I mean, it's going to be more interactive with the people that are there.
Because don't nobody want
with that? Like letting other people talk?
Did you say something? How dare you laugh?
We have to go. Brian has to get out of here. He has a date tonight.
I do. I'm off to see. I'm off to the theater.
Off to the theater. He's gonna go see George Takei tonight. So in Allegiance at the Old Globe. With the boy.
My concubine.
Oh Lord.
Theater boy.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Thanks for having me on.
We're gonna raise tons of money for AIDS Walk.
Yeah.
I'm not drinking as much as you wanted me to drink this time.
Bitch,
I'm just saying.
please.
I've got to work on Saturday.
Remember, we're all gonna have cameras.
You
that
heard
can do
this.
video. Brand new iPhone 5s will be in the house.
Did you
Recording
when
your
are they
every
supposed to
move.
Get there tomorrow.
Mine comes tomorrow. Yeah.
Yep.
What if it doesn't? Now, are you going to be waiting by the?
I am putting a note on my door that says "knock." I am home. I swear.
Boom, 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 boom.
So you're just gonna sit at home and wait until you get it.
Yep.
Well, yeah, it's just $300 piece of
I'll come over and sit with you.
Really? You want to stroke my pussy?
Yep.
All right.
That's
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week.
Bye.